right. Thank you everybody for this special episode of the Mogul Lounge. I am one fourth of the hosts today, Danny P. Ocean. The P stands for Portier. And I am here with two of the shoe heads in the city. I consider myself a shoe head, ladies and gentlemen. And I thought I was for a long time, amongst my friends. Until I started following these cats on IG. And I realized that, no, I'm not really a shoe head at all. So we're going to start off. I'm going to use their real names. And I hope that's all good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, fantastic. We have Brandon here.
Yep.
Sho3tym on IG.
Yep.
We have Todd here, MSX Todd on IG.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing today?
Doing real well. Thanks for having us.
I'm here. We're doing it.
Thanks for having us.
All right. I'm going to jump it off. We're all shoe heads here. What's the last pair of shoes you bought?
Well, I just picked up Tiffany Dunks this morning.
Okay.
And I just failed on those.
So I got the white and the black. No yellows for me. So
Okay. Well, where you cop them from?
I actually grabbed those at Motor 3 downtown here.
Okay, yeah. I saw that they had some.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't have grown man size, so I'm here empty-handed.
What size do you have? What size
I'm
do
a
you wear?
13 typically, but in an SB these days, I need a 14. I'm
Wow.
not sure if anyone else here sizes up recently, but
Okay, yeah.
they got smaller, it feels like.
It's a little narrower.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Smaller than a 1.
Okay.
somehow.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm at a 10.5. So
Easy.
yeah, sometime. unless everybody out for them. A few weeks ago I tried to get to 33s. Mayfair was the only one that had them. And they only had one pair of 10.5s. And it was 3 of us in line that had wore 10.5. So
And an employee.
So one of them got the 10.5. The other one said, "You're gonna wear 11." Then he looked at me and said, "I don't have a 10. Can you wear a 9.5?" I said, "Nah,
No.
nah."
No.
So luckily, Gurney had them.
You didn't buy it to resell it, huh?
Nah, I don't resell really at all. I had a pair of the DMPs, the original ones. Then was it the sixes and 11s?
Yeah.
And all they had was a 9.5. Waiting, I stood. And that was the last time I stood in line for shoes. So I stood in line. All they had was a 9.5. I said, "Fuck it, I'm buying them." And then I just sat on them for like 8 years.
Yep.
Didn't wear them and finally sold them. I think I got like a stack on them.
Yeah. That was a weird release too, because it skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And then it kind of dropped, and then it went up again, and then it kind of plateaued, and then it stayed around that. I don't think packs go for over 1,200.
No, way lower now.
Way
lower.
I mean, there was a time when they were going for like.
We actually reached that point where 11s aren't really hype anymore.
Because they come out every year.
In the last year or two, they killed the 12, the 11. You could argue they killed the 1, but in doing so, they made so many new fans that it's working out for them.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now you got an 11 sitting at the malls, which we can probably all agree is ugly.
Ugly as
but we
hell.
can all agree probably we would have wore it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have. I don't like 11s, but
My problem with the recent one was it wasn't patent.
Exactly.
To me,
This is true.
I call me old school, but if it doesn't have patent, it's not an 11.
Not 11. And
If you like it, that's your thing. But it's not. If it doesn't have patent leather, I'm good.
And see, that's where I fall with the 1s. They started throwing Tumber leather and all this other stuff in there, and to me, that's not a 1. And I'm one of the only guys that liked 1s a long time ago. When everyone called them, white boy skate shoes and this and that, and they started throwing these extra materials on there just so you can release it every 2 years, and people laugh because I sit out. I really don't have an interest. That's pretty much how you guys feel about 11s. You know what I mean? You throw suede on there, you throw something else on there. Well, what is it? That's why I hate 11s.
Okay.
It's a patent leather shoe. To me, you can wear that to prom. You can get married in it, but I don't want to be seen in it.
I hear you. So your favorite shoe is the 1?
Yes, without a doubt. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I noticed that. And this is KD man over here.
Yeah, I'm a KD guy. If it's a Jordan, give me Blacksmith 3s.
Mm-hmm.
But probably favorite silhouette all time is probably Air Force One low.
Air Force One.
I mean, let him be honest though. If it's a Jordan, if it's an Air Force One, or if it's a KD, give him 4 pairs of any color.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Let's keep it 100 for the podcast here.
I definitely will do that. It's we kind of talked about it earlier, which is interesting, and Todd probably can speak more to it than I can. But how, to me, growing up, it was athletes drove sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
What was cool, what looked good, and where now it's more fashion drives, right? So we're seeing more ball players like, I mean, look at the stuff guys are showing up to games in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't like Iverson's complaining about the dress code.
I saw that.
Guys,
I saw
what
that.
they're wearing.
Yeah.
You know, because Westbrook's showing up in overalls with no shirt, like stuff like that. Yeah, you know what's going on. You know, so, and like Todd's way more artistic and stuff like that. Where I coach high school basketball. I'm much more into that, so I'm in tune with that. So it's been a complete 180 from when I was growing up. Where kids now, they're not looking at a KD or LeBron as far as what they're gonna wear. They're looking at like a Kith LeBron. That's cool to them because of the collaboration and stuff like that, and which is totally different than when I was growing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand that totally. I mean, I just my last job was in retail working with shoes, so you have the meetings with Nike, and you basically ask them, when are you going to make a LeBron or a KD that I want to wear outside the court? I mean, real talk. When LeBron 10 maybe the last one that any of us wanted to wear with jeans. I mean, my guy over here will wear a KD if they make it out of a Ziploc bag, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, do you really want to do that? And he's right. I'm a little more, and I wouldn't say fashion forward because I how I look, but I mean, as a general rule, I follow trends a little more. I'm a little more of a wave rider.
Okay.
So I had the Triple S when everyone was clowning them. Now they all want them. I had this shoe and that shoe, and it's true. They're Nike's seeing there's two markets basically now. There's only two people you can get to buy a shoe. You can get, I don't want to say it, but you can get the hood, you know what I mean? The dudes that are still D-boys and trying to show off and this and that. And then you can get the fashion kids.
Okay.
Which one do you want to get it? Because the dudes like us are fading out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many men, are 35, 40, still want to buy every shoe and do this and that? And, guys 10 years younger than us really don't do it. They say they do it, but they don't do it. You know what I mean? They'll buy whatever's hype and they might wear it, but for the most part, you find out those guys are flipping behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those 30-year-old guys are just buying the shoe to flip it, put it on their Instagram for 5 minutes.
Renting sneakers.
Yeah,
they're renting sneakers.
Okay.
That's really
and they call me a sneaker renter.
Yeah.
So I think it's all perception, and I agree with the sneaker rental thing. If you're going to take a picture, if you're going to floss it, for like a week, but you were never going to keep it. As I mature, I have my forever stash. I already have my burial shoes, the shoes I'll get burned in.
Okay.
So
yeah.
But if it's a shoe like a V2, like if people ask me right now, I don't own a Yeezy. And it's got nothing to do with what Kanye said, what he does. That has nothing to do with why I buy a shoe. I'm not buying a shoe because of Kanye.
Because of the hype. Yeah.
Drop dead honesty is that, the V2 for me wasn't really comfortable. Nike Yeezys are near the point of crumble. Yeah. So, how long do you want me to hold this $4,000 box before, I kind of move it into something else?
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm more of a long-term recycler besides my basic collection. Like I might keep a shoe for, 6 months to 2 years.
Okay.
But, at some point, because I am more following the current or the fashion end of it, you kind of look silly. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these shoes are going to burn out. Like to heads like us, you could wear a LeBron 6 right now, and that would, we would notice it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people feel like he just got some old LeBrons on. You know what I mean? But if you wear, you wear a V1 Yeezy right now, who cares? And that might sound silly because it's an expensive shoe, but at the end of the day, who even notices? You know what I mean? And that's just how fast these new shoes are burning out.
Yeah. Kind of like music. Poindexter says that a lot. That shit is just recyclable. We listen to new music for about a good hour, and then we waiting for the next album to drop.
Right.
Yeah. It's all club bangers. There's no knowledge.
Yeah.
There's no learning. There's no power. There's no message.
I saw you on IG a few weeks ago, maybe wearing some 85 ones.
Yes, sir. My favorite pair of shoes. Yeah.
How are those shits holding up after all these years?
Well, I'll tell you the beauty of the one, and one of the reasons why I always loved them is it's a shoe that doesn't crumble.
Okay.
You literally have to abuse that shoe for it to crumble.
Yeah.
I mean, the 94s are my most hated release ever, and probably all you guys have owned them. And we remember you can bend it like a taco.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like that just because I don't want to feel the ground when I walk.
Yeah.
But besides that, unless it's been through crazy climate changes or whatever, that shoe's going nowhere.
Wow.
Right.
SB's forces are the same. I bet my guy here has 20-year-old pair of forces,
for sure.
and he would wear them tomorrow.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Well,
true. I have some old forces
The other
that
thing too is the
still
leather
wear.
quality that you're using.
A lot better. Yeah.
That's not going to break down.
It's leather versus fake grain.
Correct.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know, about maybe 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I've been collecting shoes since about 85. So I had like garbage bags full of shit. I didn't really store them properly. You know, my uncle came over to the house and one of my little cousins was like, hey, man, you should check out L's shoe collection. He has shoes from blah, 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 blah. My uncle was like, them shit's just going to dry rot. And I kind of looked at him like, man, fuck you talking about. So then, long story short, I moved and I brought, Mom said, clear out all the garbage bags out of my basement of these shoes. I'm going to throw them away. I went down there, started looking through the garbage bag. Shit was just crumbling. Threes. And I had the old, the first air pumps from Nike.
The pressure?
Air pressures.
Yep.
Shit would just crumble. The damn grill on the back was falling off. I said, I'll be fucking damn.
Right.
You ever have one crumble where you're wearing it?
When you're wearing
yes.
it? Yes. The sole just
That's
comes
that
off.
feeling right
yes.
there. You just feel that flap.
Yes. I'm like, oh my. I said, let me get my ass home real quick.
But see how crazy is that, right? So 5-6 years ago, that shoe crumbles, and all of us are looking for a guy we trust to midsole swap.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, we know Nike's going to make it again.
You just wait for the.
That's true.
It's at the point where, for me, the Jumpman is almost cooler than the Nike Air.
True.
Unless you really got something OG. I'm waiting on, for example, I'm waiting on military 4s.
Okay.
They drop military 4s with Nike Air. I'm ham. I need 5 pairs.
Yeah.
And because that to me, fire red 3s with Nike Air, I need 5 pairs. But these basics, the cements and this and that, that's going to pop back up.
About every rotation.
And with garbage leather,
4
too.
Years. Yeah. Yeah.
So the crazy thing about like the sneaker breakdown and stuff like that is, I know you're familiar with Nike Talk and stuff like that. Is I remember early 2000s seeing guys in the Philippines because their climate is so humid.
That humidity,
And then that just totally put me on to what those guys are doing as far as boxing it and sealing stuff.
Yeah.
That just really changed my whole outlook on a lot of that stuff, and as far as climate control and stuff that I never would have thought about buying sneakers now is a big piece of keeping that stuff and keeping it somewhat fresh, and it just like opened my eyes to that stuff. So I can't imagine going to a garbage bag and soles falling off my shoes.
I would say I'm
Man, you think that's bad? Try to be one of these kids these days that wants to front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go out right now, you buy a dead stock pair of Yeezy 1s. You want to front. You take 2 pictures for Instagram and you're toast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any dead stock Yeezy right now made by Nike. I wouldn't trust the 2s, and I really would never trust the 1s. You're way too far into it.
And those are what? How many years old? Maybe
that's what 11.
11.
Wow.
Well, speaking of the Jumpman argument, like when I was coming up, that was a huge thing. Like I want Nike Air.
Yeah.
Where kids now, they've grown up with the Jumpman as opposed to the Nike
That's
Air.
true.
So they're not used to.
That's true. That's a good
I
point.
literally meant when they dropped Black Cement 3s, kids were like, "Why does it have Nike Air on it?" And that was like mind-boggling to me.
And Nike's perpetuating that with the BS with dropping grade school and infant and this and that without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't want to pay that little money to Nike to use that logo, so they drop it off the smaller pairs, and then these kids, it's still foreign to these kids.
Yeah, good point.
These kids never saw a sneaker commercial. That's like, if you think back, like I think back to the day that I saw the Air Raid commercial.
Yeah.
And I watched Spike Lee, Hardaway, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I called Playmakers. I said, when that shoe comes in, I need every 13 you got. You know what I mean? And I was, 15?
Okay.
I'm not, maybe not even. I'd have to look at the years, but that was early high school for me. You're telling me I can hoop outside.
Yeah.
People I really look up to are in this commercial. Yeah, I've seen Jordan. I've seen Ewing selling his shoes, which everyone forgets was super hot. I've seen all these people. I've seen Grandmama, but now you got Spike Lee out here. You got movies I like, and you got Hardaway, and you're on the playground. You're me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna need those. I had those, the wood ones, the the black college colorway, all of them. These kids don't even see an advertisement in a TV. Magazine, anything.
None of that.
Just imagine how nice that would be though for OGs just to see Nike drop that few $1 million to see just a Sports Illustrated ad.
Yeah.
Jordan 11 Christmas
with the phone
with the phone number on it.
With the phone number.
And you called it.
Yep, I called it. Yep. Let me ask you all this: outside of seems like all three of us are primarily Nike. Outside of Nike, what would be your favorite shoe brand?
Oh Jesus.
Obviously, like I said, Todd's probably a little more fashion forward than I am.
Okay.
I like Adidas. The stuff Puma's doing right now, I'm a big fan of.
Okay.
Like the Jay-Z stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stretch and Bobito.
Yeah.
Vans is kind of doing some nice stuff. I've like see what I really like about Vans and what kind of got away from Nike was their collaborations. Like Vans is killing collaborations right now.
Yeah.
As far as details, attention to detail.
Yeah. They're killing it after they lost Jerry.
Right.
You know what I mean? They lost Fog and they're still killing it.
Right.
For me, I'm going to take Vans only because, as a kid, I could wear my, I didn't have Jordans when I was a kid. I got my first job, got some Force 2s, and, you can clean them a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, there's two type of dudes type situation. And the Vans, these kids these days for $40, you can get just as many likes as a Jordan on Instagram. You can get just as much attention at the mall, impress just as many girls, and you can clean them. You know what I mean? You can take a magic eraser and throw them in the wash, and that's a brand new shoe. I literally was just joking the other day how I haven't killed this pair yet. Mm-hmm. Like I'm probably 3 years deep in a pair of checkerboards, and I've got 5-6 dead stock ones just sitting there because at the end of the day, and the new ones have the nice insole. Okay. But I haven't even got there yet because I'm like, man, they're dogged, but And of course, anything that's, as bad as it sounds, as hypey as it sounds, anything that's currently hot. Like right now, I like Chucks. Mm-hmm. Still mad I didn't get the felt JWs in my size because they sent me the wrong one. I got the off-whites, not the clears anymore. I let them go because, like I said, I ride waves. So now I got the whites just for fun.
The white's better.
The white is way better.
The white's better.
Low-key, I thought the clears were amazing, but don't wear them. Yeah. It's a rain jacket on your feet. You just sweat. You see the side of your shoe fogging in real life.
Man, yeah.
Same as the what was that? The Fantastic Four Air Force One.
Air Force One, yeah.
You see that fog. That's you're not impressing anybody with the fog on your shoe, my guy.
I knew the Vans thing was real when my 9-year-old son asked for Vans.
Okay.
As over a Curry, a LeBron, a Kyrie, anything
wanted
like
Vans.
That. He wanted a pair of Vans.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that checkerboard, man.
That's what you.
And if you want to be special, it's like $75 online for a custom pair.
He wanted.
I mean, that's crazy. You can make anything you want.
Checkerboards.
Yeah. I'm too
okay.
fat for flip on. My foot's too wide for all that. I said, I'm an era and an old school guy.
He said, that was his thing. He's like, you don't have a pair of these? Dad said, no, Dad can't really rock.
And honestly, I believe he's the only guy I know that hasn't crossed over. I got a lot of friends in Milwaukee that are heads, and they're like, oh, you're wearing them Vans. That's stupid. That's stupid. I had the Fear collection when it first dropped, and this one and that one. And over time, they've all bought a pair of checkerboards. And it's like, man, $60. These are pretty comfortable, and I don't have to care. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So the crazy thing with Vans too is I have a wider foot myself, and it's a comfortable shoe.
He needs a pair, my guy. We should all get in together here.
So I bought like the Van Gogh pair. I have the Van Gogh pair.
But have you worn them?
I have not yet. I'm not. I have a camo pair that I wear.
Okay.
That I've worn a couple times, but it's like I said, I have a wider foot. If it fits the foot well, and like it's flexible and stuff like that. So I'm with it.
It's a crazy situation. If you think about a kid in high school right now, when we were, I don't know, you guys are all about my age. Mm-hmm. You could have shown up in, probably Ewings, Forces, any Nike basketball at the time, Reebok, you know what I mean? LA, Fila. Yeah. The Filas that look like Dookies, those to me, those were always hotter than Dookies.
Yeah.
F100, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah. You had the the LA Gear catapults. Yeah. I tried out for basketball in those. You know what I mean? And you could have showed up in any of those, but nowadays kids are so hype driven and so social media driven. But you can, if you don't have money, you can throw your kid a pair of checkerboards, and he's just as hot as the dude with V2s at this point. Because in the last year, the V2 has fallen off so hard that people are questioning the price point.
Right.
Yeah.
You really want to pay $220 for a pair of V2s? I mean, honestly.
True.
At the last show, we had people selling used pairs for $100, $120. That's ridiculous.
Speaking of, how did you start up Midwest Shoe Exchange?
Well, it's a group of people. It's not just me.
Okay.
So, I got a lot of hate for it. So basically what happened was you log into Facebook and you see all these groups. Mm-hmm. I used to be on Nike Talk too. He's way more of an OG Nike Talk than I'll ever be because I was more of a lurker. To me, it was goofy.
Yeah, that's how I was. I lurked for years.
I had a screen name and looked and this
jumped
and that.
in every once in a while.
Yeah, it was goofy to me. But I started going to sneaker shows when they started getting a little popularity, right when SneakerCon started. And it was like, well, these kids are throwing shows in, Chicago gymnasiums, and there's 500 people here. Milwaukee doesn't really. There's been other shows. I'm not going to say there haven't because there has, but Milwaukee doesn't have a consistent show that's safe that people can just enjoy. So it was a 2-part effort with a couple friends of mine. We started MSX as a Facebook group, and the basic idea was we're going to get a bunch of people, and then we're going to set price limits.
Okay.
And that's where we started catching a lot of hate because these were the days when a GR was $100 profit.
Yep.
And on our page, it was, $225.
Yep.
That's it. You know what I mean, fam? You're if you bought them to flip, you're going to make $20 if you sell them on here. And unfortunately, you get 40, 50, 60,000 people on that page, and people start thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now the guy in Chicago that's like, I got you for 300. Well, I'm going to go over here and look for, 225 plus shipping. Then you catch a lot of hate. But, the real idea was, just like everyone in this room, just love of shoes, you know what I mean? Trying to give kids something positive. I'm not against resellers. They can do their thing. I hate them every day. Just because I'm a size 13 and it's kind of hard. But I understand it and I'm not against it. Whenever I've worked with them or whenever I've worked in retail and dealt with them, I respect it. At the end of the day, they are out there all day or they're doing whatever they got to do. They got their plugs, you know what I mean? So I'm not against it, but we got to be careful. There was just a kid over here in Tulsa last week that got hit on a $4,000 exchange.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the whole details, but it was a friend of mine and it's in the journal. And basically they were going to make the exchange and the guy drove off. So I'm not sure if he strong-armed him or, what the deal was, but you look around and these kids are, man, when I was a kid, I went out and got a job to buy Barclays that were 120.
Yeah.
And these kids are like, oh, $1,200 for that? I got it. And they're 12. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they're talking to you like a grown man. Can you come down 50?
Yeah.
What's the best you can do? And that's good. That's the part of reselling that I respect because in a way they're learning business acumen early because they're learning to make a deal. They're learning to run quote unquote a business. I don't like to pay over retail, but we don't all have plugs like the man to my left.
Man,
I'm joking.
He has amazing plugs. He has amazing plugs.
I was just about to tell you on them 33s. You should have asked me.
He plugged me twice. I don't know if you remember. The 23s, the white and reds. I remember you inboxed me at Days of Nike Talk.
Yep.
Like, hey, they got them down at Champs Mayfair. Good looking out.
Yep.
I shoot down there and grab them. Next time was the Beethovens.
Yeah.
They came out on my wedding day.
Sometimes you got to make a move.
Hey,
what they say, sometimes you got to race.
I was not trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, but I just posted it out there like, man, I need Beethovens.
Hey, but I'll keep it 100 for the crowd, everyone in this room, etc. I met this man reselling him shoes.
Okay.
I'll never say I never resold. I wasn't heavy. It was like, I don't remember. He'll remember better than I.
Yeah.
But it was, 30, 40 over, maybe 50. I don't remember.
It was a KD5 All-Star.
Yeah. And what happened was,
look at it.
Yeah, it was for sure because what happened was we were at Midtown going to pick up our pairs, and Nicole, who works at House of Hoops now, she just let us know, we got the Kobe's, and no one really entered this raffle. How many do you want to buy? And I bought a car full. You know what I mean? And and these days it would have been retail for him for sure, but it was like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's done a little extra. You know what I'm saying?
A little something.
So. Yeah. I don't think I charged them a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest about the fact that it was over retail.
Yeah.
And I had no problem because supply and demand.
Yeah. It
wasn't accessible to me. I need to get it.
Supply and demand is fun, but when you start telling, it's kind of the point where these guys in Chicago, I just watched one of the kids that I've known since he was about 14 with MSX. He drove to Cleveland today and took about 20 homeless people with him.
Okay.
He bought out a store for diamonds.
Damn.
So you drove from Chicago to Cleveland, 3-4 cars deep, paying these dudes $50 for the day, and they're buying a black and a white. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he's sitting there standing to make $300-400 off each person, and you got these guys that you gave $50 in lunch. I mean, that to me, that's not cool. Yeah. If I happen to be somewhere or you happen to be somewhere where a shoe drops that I want, I'll throw you $50. You know what I mean? It's sold out everywhere. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But you start telling me, this same kid is the kid that ruined Barney's Chicago. They used to do Yeezys first come, first serve. Yeah. And he would line up the homeless.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because the homeless are a body. And you tell them $20 and I'll bring you coffee and I'll bring you food.
Yeah.
And can you knock the hustle? I don't know. Does it ruin the culture? Of course.
Yes.
And it gives us a bad name because you don't want people to think that's really what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was at the last Playmakers first come, first serve for the Fresh Prince. And, they did it to themselves. And I've known the owners for years. My dad's basketball teams bought shoes from them. I'm sure Brandon's known. I'm sure you've known them.
Yeah.
They did it to themselves with the fake raffles and this and that. We waited overnight, and I was just trying to help someone out. I don't wear 5s, really. I was just trying to help someone out. They opened the store. We got a 9, 10, and an 11. Okay, it's 50 people out here, and 2 dudes already pulled a gun. And you're talking about you got 3 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
Or Uncle Joe's, same situation.
Yeah.
We got a shooting now because, you sold everything early, and what happened? You know, so I'm not, I'd be a hypocrite if I said I hated resale. Because if I have a hype shoe and I end up selling it, I'm going to sell it for under market, so it's an easy sale. But I'm not giving you Yeezy 2s for $200, my guy. I paid $2,000 myself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's anything in life. One day, this man's brisket is going to be like $80 a pound. You know what I mean?
Let me
My mom thinks it's worth that. You know.
Yeah, I love a good ass brisket. So I'm at to hit you up. I love a good ass brisket.
Always buy it at Costco, man. I'm not sure if he'll agree, but you get that prime and you don't have to buy the flat.
Okay.
Cheaper. $2 a pound, right?
Yep.
$2.79-ish.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Costco does some good stuff.
Don't bother with the flat, in my opinion. It might be your favorite part, but just cook the whole thing because you can get the whole thing for cheaper than a flat at the grocery store.
And you can trim it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do your thing.
Okay. Man. Barbecue game on the shoe podcast. Let me ask y'all approximately, because I know you probably don't know, about how many pairs.
Here we go.
How many pairs you got?
Oh, shit. This man, I don't even need to speak after he says.
I honestly have no clue.
Okay.
And that's legit. That's not any type of bullshit. That's not. There's 2 bedrooms in my mother-in-law's. My basement's full. There's pairs in my wife and I's bedroom. I still have a room in my parents' house, and then there's a storage unit.
Damn.
So I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to speak on Brendan's situation.
Okay.
I will personally tell you I probably sold him 500 pairs of shoes.
Damn.
I'm not sure if that's a big stretch.
Okay.
But it's a lot of, you got them KDs, I'll take 2 pairs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got them this, I'll take 2 pairs. This man eclipses me so many times over, it's not even funny. I would never try to hold a candle to his collection.
I can't.
Especially numbers wise.
Yeah.
Myself, I have about, I'll be honest. If you follow my Instagram, I collect art and this and that. I kind of moved on. Not really moved on, but at the end of my day, I questioned if things sitting in a box were more exciting than something I could visualize and see on a daily.
Yeah.
So I got into other situations. I was probably around 2,000 pairs.
Damn.
But then I got down to now I got about 100, 150 keepers. And like 40 that I'm not sure what's going to happen with. You know what I mean? Like the honest truth is like my off-white UNCs I'm going to keep forever, but the off-white white Converse, I might wear them for a year and, who knows? I don't know.
Okay.
I probably wear about 200 pairs that I'm rotating through.
Okay, rotate through?
Yeah, and just kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you put pictures on your boxes?
I do not.
You do not?
I used to be a big fan of that, low-key. I'm probably the only one in the room.
The amount of work.
That takes a lot of work.
So I was always writing on my box.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Yeah. I was always writing on my box. That's all I needed. I didn't need to see a picture.
Low key, the only way the sticker situation made sense to me was when my collection was really large, the group was popping and, people kind of knew everyone and someone made them for me for free. Gotcha. Now, if I had to pay you $1 each, that's not going to happen because I'm not coming out of pocket $500. Right. But if you throw them to me for free and I just have to spend a couple hours, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But it does look ugly. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing to a real shoe collector. There's nothing like looking at what looks like rafters full of shoes, all your size, and they're yours. It's like you having your own.
It does. Yeah.
Feel
like you got your own personal Foot Locker up in there. Yeah. I think I'm about nowhere near either one of you gentlemen. I think I might be around somewhere between 350 and 4 or something.
Okay. And you're still married.
Still married.
So you're doing well.
The funny thing is,
you're doing well.
I stopped for a minute.
Everyone stopped.
What's your number one shoe? You never told us. Oh, it's 2 or 3 shoes. He can't choose.
Welcome to being a sneaker.
Yeah. I would think the Force, the Cement Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty classic.
Yeah.
Is there a story you have attached to that? I'm just curious. I have a big story attached to Cement Force. I'm really not going to say it because it's not publicly correct. But
yeah, for me, I remember the day it came out All-Star Saturday, and I had to walk because they think they were $100, and I learned my math with tax they were $105, so I just had $105. So I walked from my house to Capitol Court Foot Locker, bought them before the All-Star game. Didn't have enough to get back home, so I walked back home, and I think I slept with them motherfuckers in the bed. I laid down.
Let me ask you this because
there.
you were a Capitol Court head. Were you there for the Ray Allens?
No.
It was a zoo.
Was it?
Be glad you weren't there.
Yeah. No. That was the 12s, right?
People don't remember that Capitol Court, and that makes me, Brandon and I talk a little bit about my job and this and that, and I worked here and there, and what I would really like to do is work for playmakers because they've killed themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should say that, but I mean that was the spot. That was House of Hoops before House of Hoops existed.
I remember
that was
just
beautiful.
a little shotgun in Capitol Court, just a little shotgun. Then they went and they added the side to it. Then they had the corner spot. Then they had their own building.
I mean, that was, of course, it's memories that, some of us have that can never be relived. You know what I mean? Mm. You used to go to Capitol Court, you get yourself a fresh pair, go down here, your guy might buy a 3-inch herringbone. Yep. Your girl might be getting her nails done. You know what I mean? Like, those are situations that'll never relive themselves. But for them to, sacrifice themselves as a Milwaukee legend, and in my opinion, at least, it came when the Jordan tax hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, I got you. But it's going to be $35 extra.
Yeah.
And that was straight on the receipt.
Yep.
I really don't have a problem if that's your hustle and you work at the store, but you want to put that on the receipt.
Yeah.
And it was the Lab 5s for me that was the last pair of shoes I ever bought there.
From there. Yeah.
Because it became right on my receipt, extra 25. And I was like, you're joking me. Like, no, I don't even want them. And they're like, well, you can't get them then. And I'm like, just give them to me and it's the last time you'll see me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can't be in here selling white Dookies for $60 and tell me you need an extra 25 on Jordans.
Yeah.
White Dookies are going to sell every day. Take care of your Jordan customers.
True. I remember I used to go there. They would sell them to me early.
Yeah.
That was years ago. That was before the Jordan craze really hit.
Yeah.
Like it did.
Or they do you now where it's like you can be on the list, but you got to take everything.
What you
mean? Man, I'm a collector, but
Uh-huh.
I don't want every Jordan that comes out. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay.
I'm sure everyone in this room knows someone that does that with them, where it's like you got to take basically every release.
Yeah.
Like, man, I can't spend $1,000 a month with you just to spend the $200 I want to spend with you.
No, not gonna happen.
And I'm not sure if anyone in this room knows it, but the employees pay to hold shoes there. I'm not gonna throw names, but we all know who the managers are.
Yeah.
But if you come to the manager like, I want these, I need an 11. Okay, that's same as a customer, 35, 50, whatever it is.
Wow.
So if they could bring that back, I feel like that's the reason why they keep going in different locations and failing. It's not the business, it's not shoes, it's not what stock you put in each location. It's people's perception. Because we're not going to name names of businesses, but I took a small business here and took it from $1 to $3 million in 2 years because the perception was correct.
Yeah.
If you line up, you're going to get your shoes.
Yeah.
You won't see me wearing them. As dumb as that sounds, I'm a store manager that probably bought 3-4 pairs of shoes a year.
Gotcha.
And I get them on discount.
Okay.
Because I know how it feels to be that guy that's, especially with my size. I'm number 1 in line, but you don't have a 13. Fam, we all know how a Nike case looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we've probably all been there. He's done 11, which is common but not common. Mm-hmm. You're a 10.5. It's a little more common, but he might have 1 per case. Yeah. I got 1 per case, so now I got to see your old tall-ass employee wearing my shoes next week.
Yeah.
And I was outside all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How lucky are y'all on the sneakers app? I struck out every
I have
time.
statistics on this.
Okay.
I'm dead ass. I'm 2 for 112.
Damn.
As of today.
I'm
not keeping score like Todd is, but I don't feel it's good.
Nah, it's not.
You do know how it's set up, correct?
No, I don't.
Just like the Foot Locker, etc. It's set up by dollars spent.
How much you spend.
So if you were to have gotten that app day one, it's a biased situation in multiple ways, right? So anything Nike creates, they're very open. It's Apple exclusive for a year. Mm-hmm. So off bat, I have a Droid. I'm a year behind. If you notice the people that hit every day on your timeline, they're all resellers.
Yeah.
The reason they all hit, they've been buying everything since sneakers opened.
Correct.
Gotcha.
It's dollars spent. So,
That's
we all know who the local big resellers are in the local stores. Those guys are walking out 10, 20 pairs because at the end of the day, they're willing to cash out every release. So their Foot Locker account has, $20,000, $30,000 a year spent on it.
And Joe Blow's not going to compete with that.
Yeah, how are you going to compete with that?
We can't.
It's not a raffle at all. It digs through dollars spent and gives it to you. The only way you can hit, and I've hit on 2 shoes. I hit on the Homage ones and the UNC Off-Whites.
Okay.
Those two shoes were a surprise drop.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And that was a straight J23 app. You know, been following dude for years.
Yep.
A straight tweet from him. Go to sneakers. Okay. And I thought it was a joke.
Yep.
There's not a chance. I was in Mayer buying pork shoulder.
Yeah.
Like literally. And I'm sitting there walking. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's pending. Boom, got him.
Bone in,
of course.
Yes.
And unless I'm buying at Costco, let's keep it real. Costco likes the boneless.
Yes, right.
Yeah, the only time I hit was the 15 LeBron Dion's.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though. Yeah. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And until I saw
you
him,
win that thing, yeah.
Until I saw him sitting in Foot Locker for I said, oh,
shit.
But how about this though? Because I had this conversation with my previous employer. How do you create a true system these days? You know, all of us know that bots exist, but I don't think many of us really talk to these guys to see the level.
Yeah.
You know, I know one guy that runs 5,000 emails on everything.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, if he hits, he doesn't care if he hits 1,000 pairs. He'll pay.
Okay.
And he's got prepay cards loaded, so they're all no address, nothing. He can do anything he wants with them. Now, how do you create a system that gets around that? And the CAPTCHA is a failure because that's easily bot created.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, what do you do?
I don't know.
That's the problem.
It's
It's like a lot of things in life these days. We can complain all day, but I don't know what I would do better. You know, I think the dollar amount should be taken out and it should be a straight raffle.
Should be.
Would you do that though if you were running a company that made $1 billion a day? Or would you reward the people that'll keep buying and not returning? Because one thing people don't know too about sneakers is if you return a shoe off the sneakers app, Nike marks your account.
Right.
Oh, wow. Didn't know that. But
So if you're that dude running that old school hustle, that I'll admit I ran, that I'm not sure everyone did, where you make 4 KD5s on Nike ID, rock them for 30 days and return them, you're marked.
Yep.
I mean that was pre-sneakers, but these days you'd be marked.
Okay.
So they want customers that are going to pay. It's the same as any retail store. You know what I mean? Foot Locker will take your shoes back from a release, but they don't want to. They want to be through with it.
That's true.
They still stamp receipts? No return?
Foot Locker? No, they can't.
No.
Right.
Yeah, coming from a retail aspect, anyone listening, you can return your shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Where I used to work, yes, I would tell you could not, but you could.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want to say you're sold out. Nobody wants to get that email from corporate. Why are you sitting on a 12 on Monday?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get that.
Interesting.
I may be old school, but I just want to walk in the store. Do you have it in 11? I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Hey, I might be real old school because I just want to open an East Bay catalog and buy it on sale.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to buy that sucker for $89.95.
Right.
Yep.
Because the big size used to sit all day.
And that was the worst part about East Bay catalog for me because I'd look at it and then it'd say 12 to 15.
Yep. And that was what's funny to me is as wearing my size, it was different. Back in the day, 2-3 years ago, everyone asked for a 13. You asked for the biggest size because that's 20% more profit.
Yeah.
So for us, it was harder.
Because less produce.
Yeah.
Because less produce.
And now the Asians are in the market and more young kids are in the market, and you got that 8.5 to 10 that's the pure money, and it's different.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the prices of women's shoes.
Oh man.
Like Yeezys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're double what my size is. I'm just what.
But see, herein lies the thing that most people don't think about is those shoes have crossed over. That's not a sneakerhead shoe. I wore Belugas to Mayfair Mall, and I got the when they first came out, or the 950 boots the day they came out. Both release days, I ended up wearing the shoes to Mayfair. Both days I had people at Nordstrom, this and that, when I was with my girl. Hey, of course, just a stunt. I mean, but I like the shoe. But you got people at Mayfair that are, a 35-year-old chick working at Mac, and she's like, the Belugas dropped? Yeah. I mean, it's now a fashion. It's a fashion situation, not a sneakerhead situation.
Yeah.
But that also tells you that it's temporary.
True.
Because nothing moves faster than the fashion world.
I used to get really pissed about stuff like that with Nike. And like releases, and why are they not catering to me when I'm spending this money? And the bigger picture is I'm such a small minority to their market. That why would they?
Yeah.
Why would there are a few guys that are gonna continuously buy that and be on it and chase it down?
You got guys going every weekend to as many stores as they can hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just to make that. Basically, these days, a reseller is going to make his money on big releases and smart small releases.
Yeah.
So he's clocking people on a big release. And then, Brandon and I know the same guys. If you're smart, you can make $20, $30 a pair, but 50, 100 pairs at a time.
Right.
And these
that's
apps are paying your shipping.
That's where the money's
at.
At.
These StockX, etc. You get with StockX, work your buyer situation up, and you drop your fees down to like 2.5%. Now you're at the mall. You can sell people shoes from your phone before you even buy it. So you got an Ultra Boost on sale for $120. I got a guy with an offer for $150. I can make $20. StockX pays the shipping, and I'm making $20, $30 a pair. But I'm doing that 20, 30 times a day.
And I'm here anyways.
Yeah, because I have no life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's keep it real, because I don't have a job with health insurance, with benefits, with anything. That's the tricky part about reselling. These kids think that's a living.
Yeah.
It's not a living, it's a hustle.
Yeah.
If you can work a day to day and still do that, I'm not mad at you. But don't put on Facebook like you're planning a future.
Right.
Because when you get in a car accident and you don't have any coverage, you have nothing.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
You live at home with your mom, you do this, you do that. You're not living real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you pay a mortgage?
Yeah.
Shit
Can
like
you
that.
get a mortgage,
Yeah,
my
you know what I
guy?
mean?
You got a 420 FICO. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You got a 420 FICO, and they don't even understand because they've got 10 credit cards that are all at max.
True.
Because that's how these dudes do it. I've never in my life, I don't know everyone's past. I'm not putting mine out there. But if I'm floating 5,000, I need 5 profit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to float $5,000 to make $500.
Right.
Yeah.
And these dudes will do that.
Yeah, it's like quick
Gotcha.
cash.
Yeah.
They quick
Man.
come up.
Man, I'd like to thank y'all for taking time out and stopping on through, man. It's been a very nice conversation. I love talking to people that love shoes just as much as I do. So
I mean, we can stop recording and keep going.
Yeah, I can talk sneakers. I go a long time.
Man, tell you, y'all want to shout out your social media accounts or anything?
IG is
followers?
Showtime SHO the number 3 TYM.
Follow Coach's Barbecue.
Coach BBQ is our other account. We do barbecue and stuff like that in the Milwaukee area.
Okay.
Events, weddings, birthday parties, whatever you got, we can take care of that.
All right.
I'm good without any social media.
Okay. All good.
I feel like social media is a trap. If you're listening and you're young, don't fall into the FOMO. Don't fall into the social media trap. You're watching people's highlights. Remember that. Never forget that.
There it is. Say no more. All right, y'all. We check y'all out next week. It's the Mogul Lounge. Peace.
Thank you.